Hello everyone, this is Sumita Gupta. Today we will solve some MCQ questions on Internet Communication Engineering. Basically, this is the subject of Semester 7 branch Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from Mumbai University. Today we'll solve some MCQ questions from Module 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's start. The components that operate at the network layer of the OSI model. Remember in OSI model, there are 7 layers. If you remember, physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. And if we talk about the TCP/IP model, then physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and last 3 layers are combined. Those are application layer. Okay, so in short, in OSI model we use 7 layers, and TCP/IP model we use 5 layers. Okay, now the components in physical layer, the components used are hub or cable. In data link layers, the components used are switch. In network layer, the components used is router, and transport layer, the component used the firewall. So now you can clearly answer the question, which components used at network layer. So network layers, we use the routers. The connecting two or more networks to form a single network. So you are connecting to different networks. It's called simply inter-networking. Okay, not intra. Source address of any packet for the packet is of length 48 bits. Okay. Which layer is represented by frames? Now understood. We are talking about the TCP/IP model. In TCP/IP model, 5 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and application. At physical layer, the unit of communication is hop, or we can say nodes. At data link, the unit is frame. At data link, the unit is frame. At network layer, it is datagram, or we can say packet. At transport layer, it is segment. And at application layer, it is a complete message. So remember, for physical layer, whatever the transmission is hope to hope, or we can say node to node. For data link, it is frame. For network layer, it's in packets, datagrams. For transport layer, it's in segments. And in application layer, the whole message transmission. So now the question is, which layer is represented by the frames, and frames in data link. So segmentation is done at transport layer. So segmentation happens at transport layer. Okay. Now, which uses logical address, that is where we are doing networking, network protocol, or we can say network layer. Okay. So I have already explained how many layers in TCP model, 5 layers. Okay. Which layer deals with packets? See here, packets means datagram. So network layer. Okay. So network layer deals with the packets. Now, which layer deals with flow control? Transport layer. Okay. Which layers with network topology? Data link layer. See, now the question is IPv4, or we can say Internet Protocol version 4. The value of total length in bytes, header is 28 bytes and data field is 400. So total length is header plus data field. So header is of 28 and data field is of 400. So combining it will be 428. So answer is 428. So what is the length of data field with given in HLEN? Length value is 12 and total length is 40,000. So remember, if you want to calculate the length of data field, so data field is equals to total length, that is 40,000 minus 4 times of H length. Okay, so 40,000 minus 12 4 ja 48. So answer will be 39,952. IP for header size is from 20 to 60 bytes long. Okay. IP, remember IP is networking protocol. It's deal in network layer. So there is no connection. It is connectionless service. It provides connectionless services, and it is a fast, it is simpler, but it is unreliable because the security of data is not happens here. Okay, so both A and B. Now see, the term dash means the IP. We are talking about IP. Okay, so IP it is very simple protocol. It is connectionless. It is connectionless, no error checking or tracking. So IP assumes unreliability of underlying layers and does its best to get a transmission through to its destination, but with no guarantee. So the first option is reliable delivery. No, there is no reliable delivery in IP layer. No connections. So definitely it's the best effort delivery. IPv6 allows more security provision than IP4 because there are some extra features in Internet Protocol version 6. In IPv4, the value of maximum transmission unit depends on what is the physical network protocol. Okay, to combine the concepts of stick source route and loose source route option of IPv4 we use. See, we are talking about stick source route, loose source route. So means we are talking about source routing. So correct option is source routing. Okay. Connectionless, just before we have done, or in which layer there was no connection? IP, internetworking layer. So internetworking layer means network layer. Simple. The connectionless communication is established at network layer. Okay. In IPv6, we are dealing with the real-time audio video because it is has high bandwidth as compared to IPv4. To enhance the reliability means the network layer protocols are not reliable. So if you want to make it reliable, we have to use the TCP protocols. IP protocol carries data from different. Definitely, it's a protocol deals with the protocols. IP4, the last digit 4, what it indicates? It's a version 4. Okay. In IPv6, the type of traffic is non-congestion traffic that has minimum delay. Okay. If we write in IP4 the value 0100, what it indicates? It indicates the type of service means what it is its maximized throughput. Okay. In IPv6, the format and the length of IP address were changed along with the means whenever the packet change, the format will change, IP address length will be changed because everything depends on the packets. The header is having two parts, length and data field. In IP4 protocol, the size of source and destination address is 32 bit. Please remember this. The total length is always 32 bit. ARPANET. This question is related to history of internet. So ARPANET stands for Advanced Research Project Agency Network, a technique that marks the beginning of computer communication time sharing. Okay. TCP stands for sometimes students confuse. They write transfer. No, it's a transmission control protocol. Okay. DARPA is again related to a history of internet. It's a defense advanced research project agency that works on the ARPANET. ARPANET was developed by the ARPA in the year 1968. This is a remembering question. You have to remember it. Which of the following are the information retrieval services on the internet? So if we talk about internet, it's a World Wide Web, it's a file transfer protocol, it's a telnet. But email is not the part of it. Email was researched later. In which year ARPANET was shut down? It officially shut down in the year 1990. Who invented WWW World Wide Web? So it's again a learning question. You have to remember this. Tim Berners-Lee. The entire host name has a maximum of 255 characters. A DNS client is also called DNS resolver. Server handles requests. See how server handles requests for other domains. So if they are handling the request from other domains, so they have to contact the server of the other domain. Okay, simple. DNS database contains, if we are talking about database, there will be a server record, there will be a host name, host record, there will be address record, there will be a what type of aliases are there. So all the entries will be in the database. If server has no clue about where to find the address for a host name, then what he will do? Then definitely he will search the root server. Then he will try to find the other details. The domain name system is maintained by the definitely distributed database system there, where all the information about the domain, subdomain, everything will be there. Which of the following devices translate host name into IP addresses? And that is done by the DNS server. Okay. And domain name system, it translates the internet domain and host name to IP addresses. Whatever the name system is, whatever the name you are getting, that it will convert it to the IP address. Okay. Server handles request for other domain. I have already explained you, for other domains it has to contact to the server of other domain. Then only it can handle the queries or requests from the other domains, because it has to take the data from the other domain. In the hierarchical namespace, each name is made of several parts. Means this it will be divided into different parts. Okay. For detailed explanation, please go through my lecture series of the subject. In the DNS, the name are defined in the inverted tree structure. Each node in the tree has a label, which is string with a maximum of 63 characters. Okay. Root of DNS tree is empty string. Full domain name is it's always in like abc.com, this. So everything is by dots. Okay. DHCP dynamic host configuration is used always for IP addresses. Okay. And this protocol is used for both IP version 6 and IP version 4. And DHCP, if you will see the standard format, so there is a UDP port number, and port number is defined, 67 is fixed for sending data to the server. Now, what is the purpose of the DHCP server is, its purpose is to provide storage node, to transfer URL node. Its purpose is, basically the server purpose is to provide the IP address. Okay. Now, the following IPv4 addresses you have to convert from binary to dotted decimal. So convert this number is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So 128 plus 1 is 129. So see, out of 4 options, only first option which is having 129 at the starting. So there is no need to convert the remaining number. If you convert it, definitely it's the next number is 11, next number is 11, and the next number you will see it will be 239. But please see, if you see smartly, you have converted this first number, it's 129, nothing is managed, so it's definitely a chance. Convert the following IPv4 address from dotted to binary. Now oppose 111, you have to convert it. So it will be 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 7 and 8, 15, plus 32, plus 64. Triple one. So now this first triple one is 01110 4 times 1. So again only first is having the same number, 011 nothing. So correct answer is A. Okay. The first address in the range is 14.11.45.96. If the number of address is 32, what is the last address? See, total number of total range is 32. Means total number of address in the range 32 means number will be from 0 to 31. Okay. So the last number is 96. The first address is 96. So last address will be 96 plus 31. It will be 127. So what will the last address is? 14.11.45.127. So this will be your last address, 127. Okay. Find the class of each address. There are different class A, B, C, D. If the initial number is 0, that is class A. If it is 0, 1, it is class B. If it is 1, 1, class C. So like this, we have to identify the class. So first number is 0, then definitely it's of class A type. Now, an address in the block is given as 200.11.8.45. Find the number of addresses. Number of addresses are 2 raised to 32 minus n. How to find out n? So there are two types of addressing, classful addressing and classless addressing. Since oblique slash notation is not given, so it's not a class, it's a classful addressing. For classful addressing, we have to identify the class. So since it's a 200, it's a class C, and for class C it is a 24. So 2 raised to 32 minus 24 is 2 raised to 8. Answer is 256. What is the prefix length and suffix length of the whole internet is considered as one single block with this address. See, this is 2 raised to 32, simple. Okay. Now, whole internet is a one block only. If it is a one block, means 2 raised to 0. So suffix length is 0 and the prefix length is 32. So answer is 0, 32. CIDR is classless inter-domain routing. Okay. Now, this is a given address. We have to find a network mask. So network mask is, there is prefix length and suffix length. So n is prefix length and 32 minus n is suffix length. So n is given here 16. So 16, 32 minus 16 is 16. So 16 will be 1s, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And 16 will be 0, 0, 0. It will make the combination of 8 and 8. So 8 ones is 255. Again 8 ones 255. 8 zeros 0, then 800. Subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. Again listen, 16 ones. 16 ones means 8 ones, 8 ones. 255, 255. 16 0 means 8 zeros and 8 zeros, 0, 0. Subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. Process to process communication is done by transport layer. Okay, remember. The following is a dump of UDP header in the hexadecimal format. So you remember, whenever this type of format is there in the UDP, so remember the first 4 define the source, next 4 define the destination, then the length. So they are asking what the source port number. The first source port number is CB8416. So what you will do, you will just write, directly you will click this option. But it is wrong. This is in a hexadecimal format. But when you will convert in from hexadecimal to decimal value, you will get 52100. So correct option is both A and B. This is correct. CB84 means you can just identify first 4 digits, defines your source port number. But this is given hex and this is given decimal. So correct answer is both A and B. Now they are asking about destination. Destination is next 4 bit. Next 4 bit 000D up to here. So 000D, it's in hex, but when you will convert is D represents the 13 number. So answer is both A and B. Now total length of datagram is now third byte. Third is now 001C. This is in hexadecimal. When convert in decimal, it will be 28 bytes. So answer is both A and B. Now next is what is the length of data. Length means total length minus length of header. Total length minus length of header. The total length we have already calculated as 28 bytes. So total length is 28 bytes and length of header for UDP is fixed, that is 8. So 28 minus 8 is 20 bytes is the correct answer. So thank you so much. Keep learning, keep sharing. If you have any doubt, you can write in chat box.